Hi everyone, welcome back to my 1973 series. I'm doing a whole series on films that came out in 1973, the year I was born, which happens to be 40 years ago, because I just had my 40th birthday. This is one of the ones that I hadn't seen previously, High Plains Drifter, one of Clint Eastwood's many westerns, and one that he directed himself, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, that's correct. I'm looking for connections, of course, with modern-day films, and there are two obvious ones. First of all, The Quick and the Dead when I watched this film, I was reminded of that film quite a bit. And I actually wanted to just make brief mention of the collab channel that I'm on right now, the Movie Reviewers 100. Last week I posted a review of The Quick and the Dead, and I've been on that channel for 2 years now. So if you haven't already seen or know about that collab, I've got a link below. You can take a look at that if you haven't already. Please subscribe. That would be great. The Quick and the Dead, of course, is about Sharon Stone, who's this lone gunslinger, arrives at this town sort of on a mission, is very interested in the activities of a certain businessman and town sort of patriarch, played by Gene Hackman, and want something from him. This sort of follows along the same lines. Clint Eastwood arrives basically from just out of nowhere, comes to this isolated town, and is he is confronted by a couple of people and immediately shoots them dead. And he's told then by the town leaders, the mayor and the top businessman, sheriff, what have you. They say to him, "Look, we need your help because there are a couple of guys, some very nasty outlaw types that were thrown in prison and are about to get out, and they're going to come here and wreak havoc here and take it out on all of us. And we need your help because you're obviously a skilled gunfighter. You can help us fight these guys off. Will you help us?" And the guy's like, "I don't know, what's in it for me?" And he says, "Well, we can give you anything you want. Stay at any room in the hotel that you want, eat however much you want in the local restaurants, drink as much as in the bar and what have you." So Eastwood's character takes full advantage of that and basically buys, drinks for the entire town, and people start getting angry, but at the same time they're hoping that he'll be able to protect them. And he starts working out a strategy, finding men to take up rifles and train them on shooting moving targets and things like that. It doesn't work out so great. And there's arguing going on amongst the town people whether or not this guy is actually going to help them or not, whether or not his help is going to be effective. And one thing that really sort of sticks out is that we had this little flashback of him being whipped by 3 men. Apparently these are the 3 men that are about to get out of prison. And he's in the middle of the town square when this happens, and he is crying out for help from the townspeople, but nobody's helping him. And you get the sense that this is the same town, and that he is actually planning on seeking revenge not only against the 3 guys that were attacking him, but all the people in the town that wouldn't help him that first time around. Like I said, The Quick and the Dead is similar in the sense that a lone character with a mysterious sort of motive comes to this town in order to accomplish something, and it's kind of the same thing here, although stylistically it's very different. The story goes in a very different direction. I really liked this movie for the most part. I liked the music a lot. The theme music at the beginning was really good. And I noticed at least one other sort of solid connection to later films that I've seen, and Unforgiven, of course, which is another Clint Eastwood Western. One of the 3 outlaws in High Plains Drifter also plays the bartender, the guy who runs the saloon in Unforgiven. Same actor. I don't know his name, but I recognize him clearly. There's another actor who's one of the outlaws that I also recognized. But unfortunately I can't remember I never really figured out the name of the character, and so since I don't know the name of the actor, I couldn't tell you who that was. One thing that really bothered me about the movie is that there's a woman who basically taunts him and gives him a lot of trouble, so he grabs her, drags her into a nearby barn and rapes her. This guy's supposed to be the hero of the movie, so that was very unpleasant. However, there is another woman that he treats with a lot of respect because he recognizes her as being the woman who tried to get the townspeople to help him when he was being whipped by the outlaws all those years ago, and You know, so he's relatively nice to her. But he's a pretty unsavory character for the most part. He has them do all kinds of crazy stuff to get ready for these outlaws. And when the outlaws finally do arrive, it's, you know, who knows what could happen exactly. Whether or not they're actually going to be at the mercy of not only the outlaws, but Clint Eastwood himself, because he seems to be, of course, more skilled with a six-shooter than anyone else. Yeah, not one of my favorite Clint Eastwood movies, but pretty decent, and has a few good surprises. So yeah, I'd say check it out if that's the kind of thing that you're into. Thanks very much for watching. You know, I keep forgetting to mention who recommended these films. Sorry about that. You know, here we go. High Plains Drifter was recommended by 99 Filmo. He's recommended a lot of movies from this year. And Papillon was recommended by PuckBond007, who's on the Movie Reviewers 100 with me. So thanks for those recommendations, guys. I appreciate it. And I'm going to have more coming up very, very soon. Thank you for watching. See you again.